We are now live on the YouTube. And now we have people joining us. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Assembly. Everything is awesome. I am Anj. I am your host for today. This is Sketch. And what is better than one host?
One host.
One host, two hosts.
Two hosts.
So we have also Matt Lockwood. Hi, Matt.
Hello. Hello. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. I'm very excited about all the Lego-ness. Welcome to everyone who is joining us at the moment. If you have Lego models with you, please let us have a look at them and pop where you've come from on the chat. So let's see where everyone is dialing in from today. We've got some slightly strange Lego models kicking around. So, first of all, Matt, do you want to tell everybody about the Zoom stuff and how that's going to work?
Oh, am I doing that bit? Okay.
You are doing that bit.
We forgot about that bit, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. So I don't know how it works, honestly. It's all updated, isn't it? So yeah, most of the time everybody's going to be on mute, except when our beloved tech person Steph unmutes everybody. There's a button at the top with some dots in it. You can choose between the gallery view and the speaker view. Probably stick with the speaker view most of the time if you want to look at the words to the songs and things. You can switch to the gallery view if you want to look at people being silly and stuff. But yeah, if you stick to gallery view, then you'll see whoever's speaking or the words to the songs and so on.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely awesome. So we've got people coming in. Queen's Park. Awesome. Hello, Justine. Hello, Abbie in Newcastle. Newcastle Sunday Assembly last year was part of the inspiration for our very own Lego Assembly today. So I'm glad to have you here. Bristol, LA, Jeff in LA, Soho, East London, Portsmouth, our fabulous speaker, Abbie. Also, and Abbie is from Portsmouth, Hove, Manchester, Sheffield, Islington, Liverpool. I'm pretty sure there's probably some people from Tottenham as well, because there's always people from Tottenham. All right.
Oh, Vanda's having problems with the drains.
Oh, problematic.
This is huge excitement, for a lockdown period. To have another human being coming in and dig up all our grunge and grot, I can't think of anything more of a date with Penelope Cruz would come much higher, but other than that, nothing. He's due soon. Would you like a blow-by-blow detail of how much absolute garbage is
no? How about no, Bill?
How about no? Thank you for sharing that, Bill. We're really glad to hear about it. It's always nice to have human contact. However, could you just do us a huge favour and just press the little mute button on your screen for now? Lovely, wonderful. So, Matt, for people who may not have been to Sunday Assembly before, or just to give us a lovely reminder of all about it, what is Sunday Assembly and why are we here on the Zoom?
Well, Sunday Assembly, thanks for asking, was formed nearly 8 years ago by a couple of comedians who thought that it would be a good idea to get all the benefits of singing and community and mostly cake, to be honest, without the slight drawback of necessarily having to believe in God. Not that we care whether you believe in God or not, can if you want. But yeah, there's a motto saying the few things we do actually believe in, which is live better, help often, wonder more, and play with Lego, which has been there right from the start. And yeah, on that note, it's nearly 5 past, so it's probably time to kick off with the first song, don't you think?
I think so. So what we'd love is everyone to sing along with this song, absolute Sunday Assembly classic. I think you will all know. So over to the singing.
me down,
mess me around, and the worst of all,
you never call baby.
when you say you will,
Say you will,
but I love you still. I need you, more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. I'll be over at 10. You told me time and again, but you're late. I wait around and then to the door. I can't take anymore. It's not you. You let me down again. Baby, baby, try to find a little time, and I'll make you happy. I'll be home. I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Ooh, you. Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down, mess me around, and the worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will, but I love you still. I need you, more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. To you I'm a toy, but I could be the boy you adore if you just let me know. You are true, I'm attracted to you all the more. Why do I need you so? Baby, baby, try to find a little time, and I'll make you happy. I'll be home. I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Ooh, you. Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down, mess me around, and the worst of all, you never call me baby when you say you will, but I love you still. I need you, more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. I need you more than anyone, baby. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart.
So, quick question. What's better than one song? 2 songs.
Two songs, and on to the next song, where we have the lovely Stu and Fee.
Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are they gonna drop the bomb or not?
Let us die young, let us live forever. We don't have the power, but we never say never. Sitting in the sandpit, life is a short trip. Music's all I know.
Can
Fabulous. A massive clap there for V and Stu and for all of our singers and the choir on Build Me Up Buttercup. Okay, so this is the bit where we talk about Lego, right?
Just, the thing about Build Me Up Buttercup, I always thought that line, I'll be waiting by the phone, was I'll be a xylophone, and it makes so much more sense now.
I kind of like, let's be a xylophone. I'm going to do that one in future. Okay, so well done, everyone. So yeah, Lego. So we went to Newcastle, didn't we, Matt? And we saw these amazing Lego models, and we thought, like, we can do that as well. So have you got any Lego models with you? I think I've seen some.
My first ever Lego set that I owned was, because it was the 80s, and I'm a nerd, was this one, the Fleet Voyager, I think it was called. But, things have changed now, and I've obviously got Star Wars Lego now, because there you go.
So what you got? So what have I got? So I've got like this amazing boat with an alien on it. So, and the thing is with this boat, it's got some really important things inside. So it's got lots of mini lipsticks. This lives in my bathroom. And then if I can't decide which lipstick I'm going to wear, like this one, just ask the alien and he tells me. So there you go, Lego boat.
So it's poetry time. It's poetry time, isn't it? We're stalling. We're supposed to be doing poetry.
No, we are. No, we're having a little chat here about Lego, and then we're going to do poetry. So we've also got this little zombie squirrel. And I think when I was little as well, Lego, I had loads of Lego, but basically I just built like a rectangular house with a flat roof because I wasn't very inventive. So I'm really excited about hearing more about the things that you can do with a limited number of bricks today. So yes, on to Lego. Now, what we did, we wanted to do something here where we could get the community to build on the assembly. Very
good.
So we asked everyone if they could like create some Lego haikus. Matt, could you tell everyone what a haiku is?
Well, I could, but I'll get angry about it. A haiku is a traditional form of Japanese poetry with 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third. I think everybody knows that. Traditionally, it's about seasons, and it has certain technical features. There's also the senryu, which is more about personal feelings. There isn't strictly a category for poems about Lego in that format, but now there is. So haiku Lego is what we're doing now, and we've got a few people who've submitted some, and hopefully some of them are online.
We have indeed. So we're going to read some of them out, but we thought we'd really like to hear from some of the people who wrote them. So our first haikus, I've got a couple on here, are coming from Bill Best. Oh, let's unmute Bill. Oh, can someone unmute Bill for us? Because otherwise he's... Oh, here we go.
I think I am unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. I'm Bill from Sunday Assembly, Sheffield. And since the pandemic, we've been taking a strategic break. We haven't been doing any assemblies. So it's lovely to be able to participate today. When we did assemble, we were known for our liking of confetti cannons. And I think for a couple of years, we fired confetti cannons at every assembly that we did. We liked confetti cannons so much. But I'd like to say hello to my Aunt Charity, who's joining us today from Sydney, Australia. So could everybody do a wave at the camera for Charity? She is with us. Hello, Charity in Sydney. And they've got a massive heat wave over there at the moment. So we feel for them as we shiver in the UK. I've contributed 2 haikus about Lego. And as we know, Lego comes from the Latin for I play. Did you know that Volvo, who make the cars, they started out making ball bearings? And Volvo is the Latin for I turn. Not many people know that. But on with my poetic contributions. First one is red bricks and blue bricks, white bricks, black bricks, and green bricks. A new world is born. There you go. How about that? And then that is to talk about the kind of variety of what you can do with Lego. And on a similar theme, the next one is a spaceship, a car, an army fortress, a plane. I am 9 years old. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Bill. They were great. Now, okay, so just before we go on to our next one, someone has suggested on the chat what we could call a Lego haiku. It could be a leg coup. A leg coup. I like that one. Okay, that could mean other things though. All right, so over to our next haiku submission lovely person is Laura Goodman. Let's unmute. Woo! Let's unmute Laura.
Am I unmuted?
You are.
Hi. I did end up writing loads of Lego haikus, and I ended up practically talking in haikus last night, and it was really, really disturbing. So I'm just going to read one. Put them together in any combination, bricks of happiness.
Oh, thank you, Laura. That was great. Thank you. And now we've got someone else who is brave enough to share their haikus with us on the Zoom, and that is Emily Rowan. Do we have Emily? Hi, Emily. Let's get her unmuted.
Hello. I've also got a cat as well, but he's camera shy. So I've, I think, encompassed the true meaning of Lego for anyone who's had it in their living room on the carpet at 3 a.m. Tiny plastic bricks, the joy of creating worlds, crippling pain at night.
Yes. Excellent. Woo, thank you so much. Okay, so Matt and I are going to read out some of the other contributions. We had so many that it's not possible to fit them all in, but we've got some to start with. And also, if any of you want to make up some haikus during the assembly, just pop them in the chat for us. Yeah. All right, Matt, do you want to read the wonderful submission from Aaron?
From Aaron?
Yeah.
Yes, because I've scrolled down the page too far, haven't I? Here's one from our PowerPoint wizard, Aaron. From simple cuboids spring structures of rainbow shapes. All things are awesome.
Oh, that's so lovely. So, okay, so thank you for that, Aaron. Moving on, we have Christopher Eo, and I don't know, may have pronounced that incorrectly.
He used to play drums for us many years ago, but then he moved to the South Coast.
What a shame. No, but we've got a great drummer, right? Okay, so his suggestion is, I build Lego sets and I build them all day long. I must get a life.
Next one from Tanya, who did the first video today. They're lined up for blocks, just to buy blocks to line up. What to make of it?
That's really clever. Okay, next up we have from Claire Smith, who has written quite a little clever one here. It doesn't mention Lego, but I think it needed including. I can't do haiku. I'm a mathematician. Let's do sums instead. Hi.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah.
Cool. All right. And then, so we've got a couple here of people. I just asked everybody I knew. So I've got a couple here who aren't Sunday Assembly people yet. So this is from Layla. Lego brings to life the child in our deepest sigh, to play, to create, to fly.
And the last one I think we can all relate to this year, from Matt Gould. Home office not great. Lego tower to rescue. Now zoom, good angle.
Awesome. Thank you so much for everybody who contributed these haikus, or whatever we want to call them. We have some other suggestions. A high leg is one of those in there. That's a good one.
Bricku I like, from Alex May. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bricku, yeah.
Brickers. We could start a whole new thing here. Like, we could forever and ever. But today, also, we wanted to introduce in the best possible way our speaker for today. So this time last year, having been to Newcastle, I asked for some Lego from my brother for my birthday. He gave me loads of Lego. And then I discovered this book in a bookshop on the run up to Christmas. Build Yourself Happy, The Joy of Lego Play by this woman called Abbie Headon. And I was like, I just loved it so much. And I say I've been banging on for ages going, I want a Lego assembly. And finally, we are lucky enough to have Abbie here today to tell us all about her book and her thoughts on Lego. So everybody give a big, sparkly, shiny Sunday Assembly welcome to Abbie.
Oh, thank you very much. So yeah, I was really pleased when Anj invited me to speak at the Sunday Assembly. And I have to confess, I didn't know about Sunday Assembly until Anj got in touch. But I really love your aims, which are to live better, help often, and wonder more, and also now to play with Lego. So I guess you'll probably have to change the graphics a bit to fit that one in. But I think those are really great aims, and they resonate with how I think about the world too. So I think especially in 2020, when it's been such a difficult year for everyone, like those values have become more important, because like I've been stuck at home, and so I found myself finding wonder in much more normal things, much more close to home things. And I think Lego like allows you to kind of live better and find wonder in this very small space. You don't need a lot of equipment or a lot of room to do it. So I've got a talk, and because I'm kind of like that, I've structured it into 5 sections. So I'm going to tell you what they are. First, I'll tell you a little bit about me and my book. I'll keep that short. Then I'll talk about Lego and the benefits of play. I'll have a look at what you need to get started. Spoiler alert, not very much. Then some thoughts about Lego in difficult times. And lastly, I'm going to give you 5 simple activities you can do, which, thank you for showing the book, and which are also in the book, along with many more. So I'll try not to overrun. I've got my eye on the clock. I haven't got my eye on the chat because my screen's too small. So if you need me to pay attention, Anj, please wave at me. Thank you. So I'm not a professional Lego expert. I'm a sort of, I've done all sorts of different things. I studied music, I worked in publishing, I worked as an English teacher abroad, then I got back into publishing, and I was working on sort of gift books and non-fiction books for sort of lay people, not academic books. And then I found myself lucky enough that I was offered the chance to write a few books. So one of the first books I wrote a few years ago was called The Power of Yes, which is about positivity. And then, like, ironically, strangely, they asked me to write The Power of No, which is actually more positive than you might think. It's about setting boundaries and like reclaiming your time and space and choosing to say yes positively. But I'm not here to just advertise my books at you. But what I wanted to say is that I had started writing books about positivity. And then a friend of mine who worked for DK Publishers got in touch and said, would I be interested in writing about Lego and how you can use Lego to find calmness and happiness in your life? So I was like, absolutely, yes, please. So that's how the book came about. And I bought like one small set of Lego and started building and started thinking how it could, like, how I would have fun with it and how other people could. So the book developed just from a sense of liking a positive approach to life. It wasn't that I was a Lego expert at all. So talking about Lego, I was kind of intrigued by the Latin for I play, because the version of the story I heard is that Lego comes from the Danish for play well, which is written leg godt, but I don't know how you say it in Danish. But that's the story I've read. It's that Lego, the company, they're very interested in what play means and how it helps people. So it's not just a toy, if that makes sense, that it's a toy that can help you grow. And a couple of years ago, they published a report called the Play Well Report, where they researched into families from all around the world, into how they experience play and what they get out of it. And so I've got a couple of quotes for you, which a lot of it's about children, then a lot of it's about parents, but the stuff about parents I think applies to all adults. So one of the scientists, she's a lecturer in psychology, she wrote that even in adulthood, being playful or having a positive sense of humour is linked with better mental health. So like sometimes play isn't just play, it's not just fun, it's also good for us. So like we have a really valid reason to play. We've you know, if someone said, why are you playing with Lego? You're like, well, actually, you know, self-care. It's very important for me to spend this time. So, you know, I'll catch up with the other stuff later. And one of the reasons that play is good for you is because it helps you have more of a sense of humor. It helps you have less stress and depression and anxiety. And one of the things that helps is that it makes it easier for you to cope when things go wrong. Because I don't know if anyone saw, but at the start I sort of surprised, and that's because I was trying to build something and like it just like their head fell off and like pieces went all over the floor. But it's such a small example, it doesn't matter. But if you can get used to the idea that you might build something and it might fall apart and that will be okay, I think it's such a positive experience because you've learned that like it can explode in your hands and like it's not the end of the world. And that's really useful when your Zoom crashes or your presentation isn't what you hoped it would be. I hope that's not the case today. You know, it just is practice in coping. And so play is really, really good for you. So the research, they found out that 80% of parents feel more refreshed when they play. 9 in 10 parents said they enjoy playing with their child as much as their child does. And 7 in 10 said they buy toys that they want to play with. So, you know, that's for parents. So those of us like me who aren't parents, I think we should all take this as an excuse or a validation or, you know, instruction that we need to invest in our own playtime. And I think when we're at home in 2020, a lot of us have spent a lot more time at home than we expected. And like this desk where I'm sitting, it's where I work, it's where I do craft, it's where I do my thinking. It's like a lot of us, our work and our play space has become one space. So I think giving ourselves permission to play is like a really important and valid thing to do. So you can do other hobbies, but Lego is great for a number of reasons. I'm not being paid by Lego, so this is just my opinion. But I think when you play with Lego, it takes you back to your childhood. So I've got a box here. I'll show you a box of Lego. So it's probably going to be really loud. But there's something about the experience of holding bricks in your hand that to me, it just takes me back to sitting on the carpet in class 1 of primary school and being allowed to play, being told to play. And it just makes, I've seen other adults, like at the launch party for my book, I've seen loads of serious people suddenly become children again. So I think Lego gives us this very quick access to our child selves because it's in our hands. We feel that sense of childish joy again. Another thing is it's very easy. You don't need training to play with Lego. Anyone could do it. And another thing is that it doesn't take up a lot of space. It doesn't make a lot of mess, apart from the ones that you stand on in the night. Compared to something like watercolor painting, you know, you don't need space, you don't need water, you don't need like, and once you've finished with it, you can take the pieces away and start again. So like, it has a lot of advantages compared to some other forms of fun. So what do you need? You know, the good news is you really don't need very much. You could have one small kit, one small bag and build whatever comes to mind. Or you could have a really fancy kit, but like, it's up to you. There's no right or wrong amount of Lego. So, you know, it's not the cheapest thing to buy. So if you don't have any, get hold of one small kit and then just let your imagination go. And you'll be amazed how much fun you can have, even if it's like a small box full or a small bag full. So talking about Lego in difficult times, you know, I mean, 2020's been hard, it's been stressful, and you know, I did find respite in sort of pulling myself away from the news. I was constantly looking at like the rolling news feed on The Guardian and seeing like what's happened now. And it just felt like it was always worse. And, you know, to be fair, a lot of it was. So I think when you find an activity that uses all your senses, the sound of the pieces clicking, the feel of them, the bright colours, there's something that really takes you out of all that worry and just takes you into a play space. So I was lucky because it was my birthday on the first day of the first lockdown. And my family gave me a kit to make a little Lego Tokyo. And it took me quite a few hours because it's complicated. It's got all these little skyscrapers and shopping blocks and cherry trees. And I found the absorption of that just really sort of liberating because I was focused on making this thing. But you don't have to build a kit. You could just have fun. I mean, what I wrote, the book was the opposite of that. It was just writing a book about having fun and building what comes to you. So I think when life is hard, we've got even more reason to play. God, I can see the time's ticking on. So I'm just going to show you 5 activities, and I think they'll be about a minute each. So I'm going to race through them. So one of the activities I put in the book was building with your eyes closed. So that might sound a bit strange because obviously we're quite addicted. We're quite sort of focused on the result. But when you close your eyes and you just clip pieces together and you don't know what's going to come out, it's like a really sort of small form of risk that you're taking. You have to kind of concentrate. You can't talk while you're doing it. And you don't know what's going to come out. But you'd be amazed what does come out. And then you will genuinely be surprised what you built. So all you need is to find a few pieces, put them in front of you and build. And they had a sales conference at DK before the book came out, and all the staff were there, and it was going on for hours, and they were kind of gradually drifting off and just wishing it would end. And then the people, my editors, they handed out little Lego kits and asked all the sales reps to do this. And my editor there, she said the energy in the room just completely lifted because everyone thought it was just a really funny, strange thing to do. So like it kind of brings out this unusual sense of surprise. So I fully recommend building with your eyes closed. Another activity is to build something that makes you happy. It doesn't have to be super realistic, but if you think of like what would make you happy, you can just get your bricks and have a go at building it. So it could be an ice cream cone, it could be a little car or a rocket. I was actually sent on publication these flowers. They almost survived the journey intact. I had to sort of half build them, but I keep them because like I've got a genuine nodding daffodil. I love it. I love it so much. So you could build something and then you just keep it and it would always cheer you up. And I've got this little character I made. He sits on my desk. He's got googly eyes. A secret tip is if you put eyes on anything, it automatically becomes funnier. So, and flowers and rotors are also good. So he just sits on my windowsill and cheers me up all the time. Another activity is to pick a palette, a single color, and see what you can build with it. So it might sort of force you to build something you weren't expecting to. So I got a little kit of white pieces and I just started putting them together, and it came out in a sort of kind of like a bird, but not very much like a bird, just a little bit like a bird. But you find that you'll be driven in new directions when you have one color. And in the intro, I took some orange pieces and I built a little sort of rhino, sort of heavy little creature, but it's orange. And I only built it because I had my orange pieces. So, and I was thinking about giving it a tail, so it could have had a tail. I haven't quite fixed it on yet. So like your creativity gets lifted by trying new colors. So I've got 2 more. So one is that if you're with people, you can take some bricks and build something that represents you or represents where you are, where you want to go. And that sounds sort of heavy and philosophical, but I sat down with a couple of friends and they actually started doing this before I even asked them to. One of them was about to move abroad, and she built this little house, and it had you couldn't really see what was inside. And she said, like, I don't know what I'm going to find until I get there. And then out the other side, there were like flowers and mixed up colors. And she was like, I think it's going to be good. And it was really philosophical, but it was just a few Lego bricks, and it summed up exactly where she was. So I just think it's a nice thing to do, to build where you are, where you want to go, and share that story with your friends. And the final idea I have is now that we're all on Zoom, it's quite fun to connect with someone and build together. So you could have your computer or your phone with some bricks in front of you. So you could have your bricks kind of spread out and just do some building. And I think one of the problems with Zoom is that we all end up staring at each other, and like it's quite intense because you're always staring at lots of faces. Whereas when you have a conversation in a cafe, like you see sort of side angles and you look down and you know together. But Zoom, we're always like really staring. And so if you have something like Lego to play with, then you can show what you built, and you can share that experience. So those are 5 ideas. I think I told you all 5. And I just wanted to show you something I built yesterday when I was preparing. I built a little Christmas tree with a couple of people celebrating. So I just happen to have a chicken leg, but it's actually a turkey leg, and they're having a little drink, and they're just, they've got some plants in the background because they didn't have any presents. But it took me not terribly long. I hope it looks a bit like a Christmas tree. And I just want to invite you to have Lego fun in your lives, because the stakes couldn't be lower. Like, no one has to see it. It doesn't matter what you build. It's all about the process. It's all about letting go, having some fun, being a child again. And I think those are all good things to do. So thank you very much for listening.
Whoa, a massive thanks, Abbie. That was absolutely incredible. But we are also going to ask you some questions now. But I wanted to say that bit about Zoom. I thought you had very cleverly written into your book this section on connecting online, and before that there's also Lego night in, and I thought that maybe you knew something about 2020 that we didn't.
I never thought of that before. No, it's pure coincidence. I'm very glad to say I didn't know.
Okay, so I think I probably know some of your answer to this already, but there's a question coming from Alex on the chat, which is about gendered Lego, and she says, can we agree that special Lego for girls, i.e. Lego Friends, is ridiculous, and even more because Lego Friends doesn't work with other Lego sets? What are your thoughts on gendered Lego?
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing an article recent, was when I was writing the book. If you look at the way Lego was advertised in the 70s, I mean, I was born in 75, so I was kind of in the 80s Lego, and my brother had the spaceships like Matt. And like, when you look at Lego adverts, the Lego was in primary colors. Those are the original colors. And there's this really good ad. It's a little girl in dungarees, and she's built this thing, and it's clear in the photo that it's just a thing. You don't know what it is, but she knows what it is. And I just remember life being a lot less split into girls. There were loads of girls' toys and there was loads of sexism, but a lot of things like building blocks, Lego kits were just Lego kits. You didn't need a girl's version. It didn't need to be pink. So I haven't really investigated Lego Friends, but I think life's like more fun when everyone has access to the same kinds of toys. Like, I remember seeing a really good flowchart that said, like, is it a toy for girls or a toy for boys? And it said, like, you know, do you play it with your genitals? And it's like, it's not a toy then, and it's not for children. Toys are for everyone. Toys are not, they don't need to be gendered. And like, I hope that answers the question. I mean, I don't think toys need to be gendered.
No, and I think everyone on here on the chat was very much in agreement with you. I had a lot of Lego as a child, and I had toys that were just toys. Apparently, my mum is on here, so she will probably attest to the fact that I had a red fire engine, which was one of my favourite toys as well. Okay, so I've got a question here from Beth. How do we cultivate permission to play for disabled children or neurodiverse children? Often so much support is invested in encouraging conformity as support, not as freedom. As an adult, I'm still learning this.
Yeah, I mean, I should just put my hand up straight away and say I have no expertise in the kind of therapeutic side, but I have read and watched videos from Lego therapists where children who are neurodiverse are like invited to play with Lego, and they often, and in what I've seen, that they can find it very calming and very a way of sort of communicating and building that doesn't involve language and the kind of emotional connections that can be difficult. So I don't know if it answers the question. I think it's a tool that can help, but I don't know. All I would like is for people to have more support that need it, really.
Yeah, no, that's great. And actually someone has since commented on the chat as well, Sarah, saying, yeah, Lego is play, it's therapeutic play, and I'm a qualified Lego therapist. So amazing. We have a qualified Lego therapist on the call for assembly today. Fantastic. We learned something new there. So yeah, Abbie, I just wanted to finish off by asking, what is your favorite Lego model you've ever made? Do you have a favorite?
I have a little model of Trafalgar Square that I got for last Christmas, which is in the other room, but it's got like Nelson's column with a tiny little Lego man, and it's got the National Gallery, and you can take out some flaps, and inside, which you would never know, there are these tiny little paintings you can see inside the galleries. So that's very fine, but also I just love building silly things and enjoying them. So I've got this little purple kind of little like llama thing with wheels, and like sometimes I just skate it along the desk and it cheers me up.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm a massive giraffe fan, so I had a Lego giraffe, and that reminded me of my Lego giraffe, kind of same kind of eyes, and yeah. So, okay, thank you ever so much, Abbie. Can we go to gallery view and just see everybody giving a massive thanks to Abbie for what was really a really interesting and fun talk, and we will hopefully all be making Lego in the next few weeks.
Thank you.
Okay. So, over to Matt.
Hello. It's that time in Sunday Assembly where we have a moment of reflection, a moment of meditation, whatever you want. Usually we try and tie this into the theme, which I thought was going to be difficult, but with all the talk about mental health, it's apparently not so much. I've just been reading that the founder of the Brighton Bricks organization, he started that because playing with Lego helps him with meditation. I have a similar thing with knitting. So yeah, we're just going to have a couple of minutes of peace and quiet. Thanks. Thank you. So for the next section, I'm going to hand back to Anj for this bit. I know she wants to do this bit. She's been practicing.
Have I? Well,
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
I did.
you have.
A little practice. So a couple of assemblies ago, we introduced everyone who was here to the different members of the Sunday Assembly board. And at the time, we said we'd introduce you to the org team, i.e. the people who kind of put the bits and pieces together, talk to the different people involved in putting on these events. And we ran out of time, so we said we'd do it another time and then forgot. So we're going to do that now. So first off, you may guess that like people on the org team include me and Matt Lockwood.
Hello.
And we are just going to go around and have a little spotlight of some of the other people that we have there. So Steph, can you do some spotlighting for us?
I'm trying to spotlight myself and having trouble.
We can see you.
We can see you. So Steph is a member of the org team as well as being our booker producer. Hi.
Org team, and I'm also the producer and booker, and I've been doing that for the past year, and it has been a great privilege and an honor. Who should we spotlight next?
I think we should go to...
Oh, I've got Stu here. Should I do Stu?
Everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Stuart, General Dog's Body. Do the odd bit of music and the odd hosting as well, and anything that anyone wants me to be. So that's what I do. Hello, everyone.
All right, let's go to Mitski.
Hi, I'm Mitski. I'm around for a while, and I'm on the org team. But like Stuart said, I'm a bit of a dog's buddy, so a bit of everything. Apart from music, I'm not a singer at all.
All right, how about Annie?
Hi, I've been coming to Sunday Assembly for a few years now. I'm part of the board and do some of the fundraising and yeah, anything else really. Thank you.
I've got Nicole here.
Nicole says hi. She's also with us and does our newsletter and helps us out with lots of things like branding, etc. But she's busy doing other bits at the moment.
Okay, is there anyone else?
So we also have James
Baker. This bit really well.
Yeah, we don't know. So we also have James Baker, Maddie, who is around, I believe.
Okay, let me get James.
James, hi.
Yeah, so I just help out really with things. I do front of house stuff, so front of house is a bit different with Zoom World. So welcoming people and things like that.
Okay, and over to Maddie.
Hey everyone, well that's me. I'm new to the org team and I'm trying to support the poetry group. That's me, silly as ever. Hey.
Fabulous. And we also have Alistair who's heading up our comms as well. I don't know if Alistair's with us today or not.
I don't see him.
No. Okay, so basically that will give you an idea of our faces. What we do to make assemblies happen is a mystery to us as well as it is to you. But lots of things go on behind the background. And I think that's enough of that, isn't it?
That's entirely enough of that. Entirely enough of that.
Oh. So,
but yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, you've already met Mitski. And now it's time to go back to Mitski for the exciting notices for the week.
Hi, can everyone see me and hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thanks to Aaron for the PowerPoint. What's on the first slide? Let's have a look. Okay, so this is the event calendar on the website. It's slightly out of date from last week as well, but it's got the events from as it's happening, as it gets updated. So do please keep an eye on the website as and when for what's going on. We've got the 12 Days of Christmas coming up. Annie, who'll be on next, she'll be explaining that. Next slide, please, Aaron. So this is the Facebook social group. So this is just a general group for the lots of different events that are going on. Please do sign up onto that if you're on Facebook. Next slide, please, Aaron. This is the website. If you want to sign up for the newsletter and find out what's going on, there is also a section on the About Us, so you can find out more about the board and the org team that you just heard from. Next slide, please, Aaron. This is the Twitter page. So if you're on Twitter, do sign up for that and keep up to date. Next one. This is a meetup. So if you're not on Facebook, you can use Meetup to find out about the events that go on different days. Obviously, we're on Sunday now, but not everything happens on Sunday. So yeah. Next, please, Aaron. So this is YouTube. So if you don't get a chance to see the assembly as is live, like we are doing now, then you can see them on YouTube afterwards. Next slide, please, Aaron. Okay, so this is the Instagram. So lots of updates on this as well. I'm not an Instagram user myself, but yeah, well done to the comp team for keeping this going as well. It's amazing. Next one, please, Aaron. Oh, hang on, what's this? Oh, this is the Sunday Assembly London, the official Facebook page. So yeah, so this has got all the official updates on Facebook. So do keep an eye on that. Next one. Oh, 12 Days of Giving. So I think I'm going to hand over to Annie for doing the 12 Days of Giving. Thanks.
Thanks, Mitski. And indeed, yeah, not everything happens on a Sunday. And for Christmas or like this time of year where we usually would have, you know, Yule Rock, we can't have that this year, as you all know, but we are doing lots and lots of different activities over a course of, well, a couple of weeks really, from the 8th of December right through to the 20th. So if I could have the, so that's it. Thank you, Aaron. So on our website, it's sundayassembly.com/12 days, and you can learn all about what's happening. This is like anything with this emblem on will be supporting the 12 Days of Giving, which is it's like go to them. There's no expectation in terms of fundraising and everything, but there is obviously going to be some kind of an ask in there. It's quite a soft one, so like, but please, the main focus is to have a bit of fun. So we've got loads of activities happening. It's kicking off with Matt's Quizmas on Tuesday evening, so please do sign up to that. It's going to be fun, no pressure, and lots of crumpets. Then later on, like throughout the weeks of next days, we've got events on every single day, and the list just goes on and on and on. So please, I'm sure there'll be something there for you and your family to enjoy as well. Get the household involved. I know I am too. And people can have their own spins on some of these. So like, for instance, the 12K walkathon. I'm doing a challenge, which I'll most probably send out to all my friends and family to sponsor me for, and all the money will go obviously to Sunday Assembly. And then continue down and down, and we've got some of our own like article club, for instance, that's already happening, but because there is another article club during this period, it's going to be like a bit of a festive one, which is nice. And then to round off absolutely everything, we have our two big events which are going to end Sunday Assembly for this year. So we've got Your Lockdown Rockdown, which is a collaborative worldwide effort, which is going to be absolutely amazing. This is on a Saturday evening, so do tune in. Well, Saturday evening for the UK anyway. And then the next day on the Sunday is going to be our last Sunday Assembly of the year. So that's on the 20th, and that will be usual time, 11 a.m. With a bit of a twist. So lots and lots of people are going to be getting involved already. But if you would like to get involved in Hail Santa, then please do, and get in touch with us. Probably Steph at sundayassembly.com, please. That would be fantastic. And yeah, I think that's all from me, because I'm sure there's loads more that we need to do. But yeah, if you want any further information, do email fundraising@sundayassembly.com. Thanks.
Great, thank you. And all of that information is on the Sunday Assembly website, so sundayassembly.com. Sign up for newsletters, see what's going on for 12 Days of Christmas and other days around it too. And I've just popped in the chat because we were talking at a meeting the other week about how it might be nice to have a Zoom call on Christmas Day if anybody wants to eat some mince pies together, if everyone is going to be particularly alone. We normally do this in face-to-face, but this time we are going to be obviously not able to do that. So yeah, pop your details in, give us a shout, and we can arrange that. So okay, Matt, what's coming up next?
Well, it's It's been very Lego. I think one of the things that's been popping up in the chat a lot is how much Lego is being used for therapy and for things. So we've got lots of talk about bricks for autism, Lego serious play. Hopefully the people who are working on those will be hanging around for the chats afterwards, because we do have chats afterwards after our final song. And normally we ask people to dance for this. There's no video or everything, and it'll be spotlighted. But in this case, because we've gone for a song purely for one joke to replace two words with the word Lego, instead we're going to ask you to see if you can form a mosh pit at home and do your best solitary mosh pit. So yeah, I think the singer on this is terrible, by the way. I don't know who he is, but yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, this has been the most fun since the last assembly. But yeah, it's been fun. There's been lots of play. It's been a little bit cheesy. And I'd just like to say thank you, firstly, to Abbie for coming and giving that amazing talk. Thank you so much. It was brilliant. I'm all ready to go and do some Lego stuff. Thank you also to our amazing musicians and singers and everyone who puts those videos together. I know it takes a lot of work. And also thank you to everyone who built those haikus for us today. Matt, wise words to end.
I think I already said them, to be honest. I did them in the wrong order, didn't I? Yeah, I think I think my main takeaway from this is that I'm going to go away and find out about things like bricks for autism, serious Lego play, things I've not heard about before, but actually seem like really good ideas. Been playing with Lego for about 30 years or so, and you know, nothing's stopped me yet. So I'm going to find out about how they can be used for more good and the mental health benefits of just being a kid again, basically. So yeah, that's it from me as well. Hang around for the breakout rooms.
Breakout rooms coming up shortly.
There you go. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks so much. Thank you.